This time we'll open up for questions for Carlos. We got Anthony in the front row.
Just obviously, you were adding Senga and McGill. What went into Brazoban specifically taking him off?
Going through potential scenarios and length, and who could give us a lot of pitches and things like that. We thought that it was best. We get McGill. Obviously, we're getting Senga, and then it wasn't an easy one, but we decided to go that route.
Okay, we're going to go to Mark over there in the middle on the left.
What's the thought process with Winker over at JD?
Facing Wheeler, when you look at his splits and righty-lefty, JD is going to play a huge role in this series. Especially they got two left-handed pitchers, and then out of the bullpen they got some left-hander as well. So the fact that he's not in the starting lineup, he's going to play a big role for us this series.
Pretty egged up the other day. Did you have to check with him just to?
Yeah. I checked with him yesterday. He came in, got treatment. It's good to go.
Gonna go over there on the left in the corner, first row.
Hey, Carlos. Kodai had mentioned a couple of weeks ago about not wanting to sort of like mess things up with the rotation and the team. So what did you have to hear from him in order to know that that wasn't going to be an issue for him, like just mentally?
Yeah, the first thing that we wanted to hear was that he's ready to go, that he was feeling 100%, that there was no issues, no hesitation by any means with any of his body parts or anything, and he was just a conviction. That's the biggest thing that we wanted to hear from him. And then as far as like messing with some of the other guys, I had conversations with some of them, with some potential scenarios. But when we first heard from Senga and when we found out that he was potentially going to be a possibility, we didn't know how the last year was going to play out. So we didn't know if Quintana was going to end up pitching. We didn't know who was, if Peterson was going to be used out of the bullpen. So, but I think he came down from Senga being healthy and he telling us, I'm ready to go. So.
Far left, Howie.
Carlos, with this insane travel and schedule you've had lately, what was it like to have a day off yesterday, even with a late arrival the night before?
No, it was nice. It was nice to have a day off. A few guys came in, pitchers came in, played catch, and some of the guys that needed treatment came in. But it was much needed because of what you said, intense games, the traveling, the back and forth, doubleheader, celebrations, and just everything that we went through. So being able to get here and have a kind of like a reset day for everyone was really good.
Before the rally in the ninth inning the other night, in your mind, just because of that travel and the wear and tear, were you concerned that the tank was empty or getting empty? And,
Before the ninth?
Yeah.
No, I never thought of that. Then, like I said, I don't know, I think it was yesterday. The whole time, I had a good feeling. I didn't feel like we were out of that game. And when I was looking at who was coming up, I was like, we need to get Pete at the plate. So I never felt like, oh, this is over, or the energy's down, or we emptied the tank and we got nothing left. That wasn't never the feeling in the dugout. The whole time, from my end, it was we need to get Pete at the plate, and we did.
Okay. We're going to go to Dave in the middle in the back.
Hey, Carlos, was it good to hear from Senga yesterday that you have him for 200 pitches, if necessary?
I was watching it live. I started laughing. And now somebody asked, I think it was you, when was the last time he threw 200 pitches? I don't know. When was the last time anybody threw 200 pitches? 5 years ago. I know, I saw it.
But would you put, for the little as you know about him, Carlos, because it's only your first year with him, would you put anything by him based on kind of who he is and what he's capable of?
Yeah, trying to get to know him as much as possible. He's funny at times. He's very meticulous. He's very detail oriented, and he's been kind of hard because he has. At Citi Field he was around, but then he was never around when we were going, even during the regular season. But yeah, man, like we trust him, and like I said yesterday, the fact that he was the one approaching us, like it made me and all of us feel better about the decision.
We're going to go down here to Tim on the right.
This year and years past before you arrived, the Mets have actually fared pretty well against Wheeler and Nola. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. The one thing I know is that they're nasty. They're pretty good. It's not an easy matchup. Wheeler, he's been doing it for a lot of years. Nola, same thing. There's a reason why. They're such a great team. They got those two at the top of the rotation. That's a deep lineup. There's a deep pitching staff. Got a great manager and great coaches. So, but back to Wheeler and Nola, they're really good at what they do.
Okay, we're going to go here on the left in second row.
Similarly to what Dave asked, you not having necessarily the longest relationship with Senga, how do you kind of know when maybe he's done or when you can kind of push him in a first start back?
Yeah, like I said, I think we have an idea of what we want to do here, and I'm going to have to make a decision. I'll talk to him, I'll ask him, but we have, like I said, we have an idea of what we're doing there. So hopefully we get to a point where that relationship continues to develop, and there's more conversation, kind of like what I have with the starters that I have the whole year, and I know when to push it and when not to. I don't think I'm there with Senga.
Okay, right here on the right, second row.
How much do you rely on Jeremy Hefner in that situation, given that he does know Senga pretty well?
A lot. And I've been having those conversations with him. When he pitched against the Braves, the only outing, I was going off half because he's the one, like you said, he had him last year, and they have a pretty good relationship, and I'm anticipating that being the case here.
What has Hef told you about how Senga works in games?
As far as?
Just like maybe his tells of when he's getting fatigued, or how he likes to approach certain situations.
Yeah, you'll watch the game and you watch, how he's throwing the baseball, how he's coming out, is he locating, how he's, some of his pitches, the movement and the characteristics and things like that. And then, are there stressful pitches? And then, when he comes in, you'll talk to him. And like I said, Hef is going to have a lot of say in there.
Anything else for Carlos? Good? All right. Thanks, Carlos.
Yep.
We go to Anthony, right here in the first row.
Hey, Mark, what was your guys' reaction as players when you found out Senga was starting today?
Super excited to hear the news. I found out yesterday on my way to grab some coffee, and I was like, this is a good way to start your morning. So good news for sure.
Next question. We're going to go here to Tim Haley in the middle.
The other day, I asked Francisco Alvarez what his favorite thing about you is. So now I want to ask you, what's your favorite thing about Francisco Alvarez?
I mean, the way he competes, the way he's a bulldog behind the home plate. I feel like he has all the attributes to what you want as a starting catcher. He's a bulldog, he has confidence, he's a competitor, and I love playing beside him.
He said his favorite thing about you is how swaggy you are.
He has a good point on that one.
Next question. We're going to go to Mike in the back.
Mark, how much do you guys enjoy playing in this ballpark? I mean, I know that the pitchers don't love it, but how much the hitters like it?
Oh, man. I think last year, my first time coming here, I just talked about the energy and the environment, and I feel like it was like playoff atmosphere in the beginning of the season playing over here, not even like towards the end. Just playing over here, the environment's awesome, and I'm excited to see what it is today.
Okay, we're going to go here to Jess.
Going back to the question about Senga, what are you most looking forward to about what he can bring and deliver to the mound, whether that's just baseball-wise, vibe-wise, anything like that?
I mean, he brings everything to the table as a ace of a good club. So, I mean, I know he's gonna go out there and do his thing. He's a confident pitcher. He's always even keel, and I'm excited to see.
Anthony, down here in the first row.
There was a story earlier this year about Bryce Harper giving you some advice at first base, telling you not to swing so hard and natural power. My question is, do you think he regrets it?
No, I don't think so, to be honest. I think what I heard from lots of people, he kind of tends to give the younger guys coming up some advice, and I mean, tons of respect for the guy. He's been doing it for a long time, and he's been one of the best for a long time. Nothing but respect.
Okay, we're going to go here in the second row.
Your journey here has been remarkable. You went from your last day in spring training being told you were going down to AAA, coming back up, and now here you are starting third baseman for a playoff team. Can you describe that? What is that? What has this journey meant to you? Can you just describe it for us?
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's an honor just to be on the roster of a playoff team and living out a dream. I mean, it's crazy because I think yesterday was the first day I kind of like sat back and thought about what I'm doing. And because when you're in it, you don't really like look at it. You don't even sit back and be like, oh man, let's just like, all right, next, let's keep winning. Next at bat, next pitch, next play. But yesterday we had the day off, and I kind of just sat back. I was like, man, this is crazy, man. It's for sure surreal what's going on, and I'm excited to keep continuing this.
Okay, go in the back.
Zach Wheeler's a guy who throws several different pitches, and on top of that, this Phillies team can throw as many as half a dozen different relievers at you in high leverage situations. Is this a challenging team to prepare for from a scouting perspective, or is there anything unusual about having to cover so many different bases in your preparation?
I think every team we're going to face from now on in the playoffs, I mean, playoff teams are all got great pitching, got great relievers, got great hitters. I mean, I feel like you just take every team like it's another game and just focus on who's next, who's pitching that game. I mean, Wheeler's a great pitcher, but I mean, we have a great ball club, so I'm excited to see what happens.
Okay, we got anything else, Mark? Can we take one more here in the middle, Tim?
How important was it, or how valuable was it for the team to have a day off yesterday?
I mean, it felt like we haven't had a day off in a month. I mean, it was good. Good little reset button. I feel like a lot of us kind of laid low, just had a good dinner, and just focus on today. I feel like it was a good reset for sure.
Okay, thanks a lot, Mark. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Puma.
Luis, how much do you like pitching here in Philly, and how is this Phillies lineup different than the one you just faced with the Brewers?
I mean, it's going to be the same lineup that I faced the last 2 times in the regular season. That was the last team that I faced. I think it's going to be the same lineup. It's going to be loud, of course. It's going to be a loud place tonight and tomorrow. I mean, just kind of focus on doing my job, try to make my pitches. They got a good lineup. So if I can manage the big guys, Harper, Schwarber, Turner, guys that can, hit homers, I think I can be good.
Okay, next question. We go ahead, Abby.
Luis, what was your reaction when you found out that Kodai Senga would be coming back today?
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling when we won that game in Milwaukee that it was going to be him. We were not sure about it, but we're happy. It's somebody able to have somebody like him, enjoy the team. Even for 2 pitches, is Senga, so he's going to be a boost for us.
Okay, next question. Go down here in the second row.
You've had the chance to be in a lot of postseasons, get close to the World Series, but in the end, only one team wins. I'm wondering, at this point in your career, when you think about all the work that goes into it, just to speak about the battle that it is, that no matter how talented a team is, in the end, only one makes it, and you would know that more than just about anybody, probably.
I mean, I think at the end, like when we make the playoffs, it's not about who's the best team. Is whatever team gets harder, whatever team is in the moment. I think right now we're in that moment. We won a game that nobody thought was gonna win it, and we did. So right now we got I would say that chip on our shoulder that we had to go out there and fight until the end. We were not the favorites to make the playoffs, and we were not the favorites to win everything. So we know that, and we're gonna go there and compete every day.
Is that Mark?
You mentioned how loud it will be here. What are the keys to kind of handling that atmosphere when you're on the mound?
Try to put the pitch count and have maybe the high as you can to hear the pitches. For me, I've been in this atmosphere before, just about executing pitches. At the end, doesn't matter how loud it is. If you make your pitches, you're gonna be good. If you made a pitch, you're gonna pay for it. So, for me, my focus is just trying to hit the glove every time. I'll be giving the sign and trying to limit, the big damage.
Gonna go down here, Anthony.
Carlos Mendoza had said maybe a week or 2 ago towards the end of the season that he thought maybe you were getting a little tired. How do you feel now, and how has maybe the adrenaline of October helped that?
I think October, everybody's tired, so it's nothing new. But, I mean, right now I feel really good. A couple more starts is not going to be a huge deal. But I feel good. Velocity is there. The movement is still there. For some reason, I keep having these weird innings that get me through freaking 100-something pitches. But, I feel good.
What has been just the last week been like, not knowing if you're going to start Monday, then starting Tuesday, then kind of getting out of that and going deeper into that game, and then, obviously finally getting a little rest and being able to start tomorrow? Yeah,
I mean, it's been weird, just not knowing when to start. Usually I'm a starter. I know, in 2 days I'm going to start. But, it's a situation, This is, we were trying to make the playoffs then, and then we made the playoffs. And then I was pitching in the game, we were tied, and then I didn't know it was going to go to the 6th or 5th. But like I said before, you just, in the playoffs, is everything that you got. So when they give me the ball, I wanted to go out there and try to, get the team some innings. If I had to go to 100-something pitches every time, I would do it.
Okay. You go here in the second row.
In your last start in Milwaukee, it was a little rocky through 4 innings, and then you settled down in the 5th and the 6th. You got 6 straight outs. What can you take away? What did you learn from that start that you can bring into your start tomorrow against the Phillies?
I think for me, even in that that couple for first and second inning, it was I think just about to letting the team know that they're gonna be available no matter what. If I get about 5 runs in the first, I think like it'll be huge. Like if I could come back, to the second inning, third inning, and try to do anything I can to at least not give that word to the bullpen. So for me, just going out there and getting everything I got in every pitch, doesn't matter how the score is.
And back in the back to Mike.
Luis, today's the first time in 18 years the Mets and Yankees are playing a postseason game on the same day. Somebody who's been on both sides of it, what kind of day is this for New York baseball?
I can say there'll be a lot of traffic, more than usual. But no, I think it's gonna be fun, and hopefully, I know it's not gonna be possible, but we're gonna go there on Tuesday, and they're gonna leave. But having those 2 games at the same time in New York will be crazy. But I think for New York fans, they have to be, a great day. I don't know much about football, but at least in baseball, New York's doing a good job.
You go far left to Chino.
Luis, para la máquina deportiva y las 5 esquinas, los New York Mets han estado en los últimos 2, vamos a decir, series o juegos casi al borde del precipicio. Más sin embargo, se han levantado como el ave fénix y han logrado emocionalmente sobrepasar eso. ¿Cuál tú crees que fueron los elementos fundamentales para que ustedes se mantengan con esa altura que ustedes están jugando actualmente?
Creo que para nosotros es que no teníamos opción. Era o perder o ganar. Si perdíamos íbamos para la casa y si ganábamos continuábamos. Entonces creo que el equipo no estaba listo para irse para casa todavía. Tenemos mucho que enseñar al mundo del béisbol que estamos listos para seguir compitiendo en la postemporada.
Anything else? You good? Thanks, Luis.
Yeah.